time to top up Rosehill. It's Saturday the 19th of June. Good morning, Glenn.
Yeah, g'day, Mark. Yeah, how you going?
The clouds are rolling in. They had 3 mils of rain with a rain band that moved through last night, and then it fined up, and it's going to be a bit miserable. They might sort of avoid the rain out at Rosehill. We'll have to wait and see. They're still saying heavy. I think the track is slow underfoot, but obviously rain through the meeting will make a difference. And there's been a bit happening with 32 scratchings. Some of the maps have changed, some significantly. So we'll get through those as well. Firstly, let's talk about race 1, where we finally got a scratching down the bottom. Sorry, not down the bottom. The leader we lost. And I imagine that will give the opportunity for My Snow Queen to get well forward, even though the official maps have it back. They now have deficit holding out Verbeck. But I imagine there'll be a bit of intent with My Snow Queen, given it's on 7-day backup and it's down in the weights. What can we see from Betfair? Verbeck and Royal Zell are the most traded, with My Snow Queen as well. But still remains a bit of a dog's breakfast, Glenn.
Yeah, you just look at those odds there and you feel like you could have 9 bets. I like juicy start of the day.
Yeah.
There's so many different variables I could entertain there. Like, I suppose that those price ranges are also be most interested in is probably 5. I thought it's the 7 favourite, maybe.
Okay, yeah, favourite in the lead up. Kathy to J Mac got rid of the blinkers, which it didn't carry in its first 2 starts. But yeah, I certainly think there's a lot of betting focus here on the bottom one with the 7-day backup and a bit of intent there.
Well, I was that way yesterday, but what a great start.
That was this is now. That was yesterday. Right, race 2, the 5-horse field, 1800. A trickle of money for Power Me Up, who I guess gets on the speed here. The favourite is going to settle off the speed, but the size of the field should assist. Gord's ploughing into this short price, which
he just says it can't get beat, so he's probably right.
Yeah, okay, let's move on then. The highway, I think, is more interesting. Have you ever seen an 8-horse highway?
No, and if we keep having 8-horse highways, let's scrap them. A lot of prize money, and you only get 8 starters. Pretty disappointing, man.
Cavalier Charles is a fixed odds firmer. It is now 225 best. And I thought that the scratchings perhaps weren't necessarily in its favour. Seemed to lose a fair bit of the, well, on their official maps, we've lost 5 of the first. So of the first 3 brackets, we've lost 5, leaving 3. So leaving Kadeem, Fangella and Kattegat, Underground Music, 1 out, 1 back. It's, yeah. Look, I must say, when I had a fresh look at this race, it just bothered me that I know Nara is a great down the outside track, and I'm just wondering whether it will fit this race.
I can see exactly what you're saying. It was almost, it ripped through the line in the PR spot. So, but it does have the
J-Mac.
Well, it has the talent of J-Mac and the luck of Michael Thomas. And
yes.
He's the owner of the previous great horse called, what's it called, Mark?
Happy Clapper. Of course, yes, imagine how good you'd be if you had your brains, Glenn, and Michael Thomas's luck.
Please don't talk about that, Mark. That's what I said.
Look, this has got more to it than maybe meets the eye. Underground Music is a breakthrough mare, course and distance winner. Possie's up there, and Kattegat has just had 1 run back and had some pretty solid highway stuff last preparation.
I'd agree with that.
And, just it's there going, I'm ready to do something. So come and get me, Cavalier Charles. All right, race 4 is the 2,000 metre race, where Lakeen is getting out to the sort of price that you were indicating it should be. No Compromise remains up its back, coming back from 2,400. Dave Potter made a bit of a case for Spencer on the YouTube channel.
Did he?
Yeah. And there is money for Katea. Well, it's a Waller, so
A Waller, it's going up a distance. It is a little bit of something that makes it stick. So,
yeah.
I'm still happy with 5-2-1, 7-2, 6, and 5s, Monsieurs, 7s, and then the rest kind of fit in. But still need a little bit further for me to be interested in one. Definitely
All
going to
right,
cover
there is
2.
4,000 match there, so it's a bit happening early doors for a race that's this afternoon. Unlike the morning races. Race 5. I think race 5 looks interesting because there appears to be a push against Nicole Beagle.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say the map is potentially tricky for it. So we've got money for Escape Artist, money for Miss J Fox, money for Fast Coney. So it's pronounced favourite now. Not reflected there on the fair at all. It's 380 best fixed. Someone says, yeah, you can have a tickle at 460. No, number one's got the most matchings. But yeah, I'd say
very
this.
open race, Mark. I want to put through it again. Very open race.
That's right. Well, it's the 72 on the day, and it is up for grabs. I must say, I warm to Irish Angel, which I know we'll say how it PR'd at Canterbury in the 4-horse field, but I mean her form is just so consistent. She just she goes back. You know what H. Bowman's going to do, and you've got a bit of intensity up the front there with Miss J Fox seeking to hold the lead, and Magic Ruler, Miracle Street, Toro Toro from out the deep, and Escape Artist potentially trying to overcome her draw. Yeah, interesting race. Should be a good betting heat. Race 6, and good old Tycoonist is firm as firm. Paper Warriors elected to come into this race. The scratching a bulletin has some effect. It may enable Zell to get across. Taxu has had some fixed odds interest as well. H. Bowman, first run for Joe Pride up from Victoria. Perhaps a bit of a wetty. Yeah, so look, Tycoon
rock bottom number 12 now, isn't it?
Well, okay, so it's 260 best, and that's tab only. Although it's a bit better there on the fair. 3,000 match at this stage is a good bit of trading. And yeah, it's a horse that its Saturday profile is like $10, $12 all the way through. Have a look at all its Saturday runs.
Yep.
And yes, it's J-Mac, and he's going to use that draw to settle handier, and it's come from, shitty positions. So it's all systems go. It's all ducks in a line today. But the horse lacks that sort of rock solid, I'm a sort of a 3-1 chance in a Saturday race profile.
It's a touch of a milk drinker, there's no doubt.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they try here. I mean, Canterbury comes back from Brisbane and does have some very short SPs in Saturday races, albeit ridden by, most recently Tommy Berry. So that's a bit of a discount. Royal Banquet will improve sharply. National Posse beautifully here, or should do. So we'll wait and see on this race. Race 7 is the feature. And I must say that I just gave it to all the 2,400 back horses. So that's Woogok, that's Parry Sound, Stockman. And I, unbelievably, after saying Birdiebeck would never win another race, I've somehow found a way to put it on top.
Oh, wow.
So it's just, I just shook this race up and down and up and down and up and down. And the winner of this race last year was, let me think, it was the horse out of the 1,800 lead up. So last year, the 1,800 metre lead up 2 weeks ago was the 88, 1,800. This year it's the 94, 1,800. And out of that race comes Mr. Marathon Man and Birdiebeck. So look, there are a number of lines here. Yonkers is firm fixed odds, although it looks a bit wet there on the fair. And Approach Discreet is solid as a rock into 550 fixed.
And no one in Australia has had a price brutality in this race.
Well,
I mean, I could have it anywhere between 5 to 2 and $26. I mean, it just depends on what you think of it.
Well,
I mean, I think it can win.
I look well into single figures with me, so I'm surprised it's $11 begging. But as I say, I just birched the. I know that it's J Power and Woogok. There it is going to lead, and didn't get the lead in this race last year, coming back from 2400. There was a gay bot there to take it away from it. Yeah, and I've put you to sleep with this race, Glenn. Sorry about that.
No, I've just been up for done a lot of work, man.
Yeah. Okay. That's another gala, I think, and a few ways to peel that one.
I thought the winning numbers were 3, 11, 12. I'm going to say that. And obviously, I'll throw something on 7 now if you found it.
I'm just leading you astray again.
Oh, that's right.
At least it's not one of your boyfriends or girlfriends. That's always sick when I steer you back into one of them, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, game on here. Catalan, nearly 5,000 match there. It's on the blow. It's a blue horse that I guess the perception will be, well, second up off a long spell. Do we want it on a sticky track?
Gord's got clarity. He just says it'll win. That's it. Forget about it.
But he's also remarkably nimble when it needs to be. So okay, this is what we get for Catalan. A 4.5 on debut, then a 1.6 at Newcastle, 2.9 at Flemington, 3.3 at Flemington, and 2.8 at Kenzo. So it hasn't seen a sticky track. And it's second up off a long spell. Yes, dynamic Kenzo. And you love that sort of dynamism, but is that dynamism going to be any good to you here? So what has happened with the scratchings?
We've got a leader.
Well, is that first of all, we've got a clear field because we had emergencies going on, and we lost Vinciano, we lost Helga, and we lost Bright Rubik. There's 3 of the first 4 on the map. So expat straight across, and J Par's on Bellucci Babe. It's straight across underneath it because the horses it's got to get across are the stablemates, Bring the Ransom and Miss Einstein.
Yeah, get across
on the map. Much faster. So Racing New South Wales have got it on the back of the favourite. They've got Sarah without cover, Catalan on the back of it, and Bellucci Babe on the back of it. Well, Bellucci Babe's a faster horse than Sarah and a faster horse than Catalan. So, and it's got J Power on it, and there's expat to follow across. So I'd say that is why there is interest in, first, the expat, certainly. Rock My Wand is a firmer. It's coming out of a 3-year-old race, had a trial since. Sarah's firm, and favourites on the blow. Wait and see. We'll know a lot more come race 8 in terms of pattern and things. But loose lead there for the 15, third up in distance after having to take the box seat the other day. Come and get me. And the nightcap, 1,500 metres. Warrior Falls could be my lay of the day. Karen on board. Bavdallah was very, very urgent on it the other day. I know that it'd get pocketed by the winner, but poo-poo to that form. It's into 320 fixed.
Wow, that's short for that horse.
I
think if you love that, I think if you love this horse today, you'd mark it $6.
Yeah. Also, there's a few contentious maps. So we've got Jamara and Navy Cross, and Jamara has Josh Parr, rider of leaders. They have Warrior Falls box seating. Well, Gunn did get it into the very box seat of a very slow race last time, but you'd have Steely in front of it. And anyway, perhaps he can find the box seat here, Karen. Will that be any good to him? I'm not sure. And as far as criminal code goes, well, we know he's just going to have to go back. So as likable as it is off its first up run and J Mac climbing on board, you are going to be needing it to come from the rear. But I suppose, we've got Jamara off a break and Navy Cross trying to resurrect. So, and a flat Steely, and I would say a flat Warrior Falls. So maybe it won't be that hard to get over the top of them.
Still, I think Oscar Zul is clearly A there, Mark.
H. Bowman, he'll find the position. I mean, if you can't get J Mac and T Berry suspended, well, H Bowman will certainly do. Will certainly fit the mold there, and I think he's the 7-2 in the, you know, as far as if I was constructing the market to put up, I'd have to put up 7-2 him.
Good card, mate.
It is a good card. I'm excited about it. There's tons to look at, and if you are a ranter, which I presume you are if you're watching this show, although some of you may have disappeared, we'd love to have you back. But ranters can get on to win 5 at Dave Dwyer's prices, which go up an hour before the first at Rosehill and Kembla. So you get on to win 5. Just tell him you're a ranter. If you do put 500 in an account with him for the first time, you'll get 4 weeks worth of rant sub paid. And if you haven't tried us, you should try us, because you get 2 weeks free and get to see the massive content that we put out each week. 5 shows and sets for Wednesdays and Saturdays. Hot mounting yard mail from 5 minutes before each race from the Metro mounting yard, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and yeah,
and public holidays.
And public holidays. You'd be mad not to try us. So come on board. We'd love to have you. And Glenn, you get your skates on and get out to Rosehill and
I've got to keep moving, Mike.
Get amongst it. So I'll stop sharing this, and I'll stop the recording, and we'll see you on Monday for the rant.
Good, mate.